Hey YouTube, this is my update on my build of the two A3 Skywarriors for my USS Enterprise project. So just picking up where I left off in the last video, working the masking for that second cockpit. So both of those are done now. I finally have everything ready, well, thought I did for the white. And got delayed once I realized inside of each of those was an ejection pin mark that had to be filled. And then of course the other thing is I was going to clean everything. If you see that right there, there's one on each side. I knocked them off that one. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. There's those 2 pieces replaced, and yeah, I happen to have a part in the spares bin that was actually those 2 pieces. So basically I'm going for that. All the white parts are now done. All this over here. And then the insides of all those engines, all those engine pieces. Here's the wings. Again, the entire bottoms. And then just the flaps on top. The front and rear edges of the tail, and then up and over the entire bottom of both. Starting on these engines, just glued those center pieces to the blades. Mail call. And we've got a shop card from Brian at Got Fuel's Model Car Garage. And if you haven't been out to Brian's channel, obviously it's a lot of cars. Really cool channel. He's a really great guy. So thank you, Brian. I'll put that up on the wall. All right, the wall's filling up. And there's Brian's card. Thanks again, Brian. And we've got a shop card from Kurt at KH Model Works. Aircraft, autos, anything. Yeah, Kurt has a really awesome channel, and like he says, he builds a little bit of everything. Give me 1 second. And thank you for the very kind words, Kurt. I enjoy your channel as well, and thanks for the card. That's going to go up on the wall. All right, there we go. Kurt's card's up on the wall. And yeah, I got maybe one more space there next to Charlie's down there, and then I'm going to have to start going up. So the wall is filling up. Very cool. Thanks again, Kurt. I'm putting the engines or the intakes in. So now I've put those engine halves together. I wish I would be able to get that cone looking thing in there after they're together so I could get those inside seams better. But I held it together and tried to put them in there. You can't get them in. You got to build it this way in this order. So just letting all this solidify, and then I'll work all those seams. And flat black on the tires. And these things from the front, they're not going to be the greatest, but it is kind of what it is. But I did fit them on the wings. They fit really nice. You know, the exhaust fit in there nice. If you see that indentation there, right there. 2 of them have it pretty bad. I think this is the other one. Yeah. So I'm going to try to fix those. So I'm attempting to fix those seams at the bottoms there. So what I did is I took some super glue and then, put it like a drop in there in each of these and let it go down in there, and then try to spread it over that gap. Now I'm going to let that dry and then maybe go in there with some white paint. So I just gave these another touch along the top and bottom inside seams. I used the tester's putty, and I actually hit all 4 of them. You can see there, and there. I also went inside with the white paint with a brush around. So I filled all those holes. Some of them you can barely see them, but so those are all filled. I improved those rivet holes all the way up and across. And there's the tails of those engines in the burnt iron. Just got done touching up both the black and the white, especially on this side of those wheels, and on the little ones. And then you can see here, these struts in here are chrome silver. All right, so before I could put the canopies on, I did a little bit more work in the cockpit. With the flat black, I did the front of the dashboard there, for lack of a better term, and then gave them some black goggles on the pilot and co-pilot's helmet, and then made a wash out of chalk shavings, water, and like less than half a drop of dish soap, and did their faces to kind of bring out their faces a little bit. And then, you know, same thing on that one there. So I'm starting to mask the burnt metal back here. But this time what I did, because I've learned that if you put this metallizer, the tester's metallizer down there, and then you tape it or paint over it, that metallizer will come up with the tape, and or if you paint over it, the paint over it will tend to chip because that metallizer will come away. And I've learned that you have to seal it with the sealer for metallizer. And it goes on so light, you wouldn't even think it's on there, but you know, when you rub against it, nothing comes up anymore. So I'm putting the canopies on, and I'm using the Formula 560 canopy glue. And basically all I did is just took a toothpick and just ran a bead around the inside there, and then set the canopy down on top of it, and then used a wet Q-tip to go around and get any excess that may have squeezed out. But if you put a light enough bead, really none should squeeze out, but just cleaned it up in case. So one down, one to go. Clean the inside of this one last time, just to make sure there's no smudges on the inside. I want to make sure it's straight on there, and then I will go along one last time, bring that out, just make sure that there's nothing along there. Oops, see, there's some there. All right, I think that looks good. Finished masking that burnt iron on the back of the engines. So I finished up the white on the engines, as well as I went ahead and hit the wings again for the flaps. So I think I'm going to end the video here. This is the list of stuff that I have left to do. Basically, you know, masking for the gray, painting the gray, you know, putting all those little parts on before I paint the gray. So in the next video, I hope to finish it, and that's the list of things I'm doing. It's the end of the week before the Memorial Day weekend. We're on vacation next week, so it'll probably be at least another week before, well, maybe 2 weeks before I get that final video out. Made good progress, and like I said, should finish it up in the next video, executing that list. So once again, thanks for watching, and happy modeling.